Okay, so we got a question in from Kate, and the question is, how do we go about answering questions that come in via Pubble? Okay, so I'm going to use a Pubble website to show you how this works. So when we get visitors to our website and they've got a question about how Pubble works, and they use the Ask button down on the bottom right-hand corner, and that's exactly what they'll do on your website if you have Pubble deployed. So I click on the Ask button, and I'll ask a question like, where is Pubble based? And I hit enter to submit my question. Then the next stage in the flow is how would I like to be notified when my question gets answered, just in case that I leave the page before the team can actually get back to me. So I'll choose SMS. So I'll just put in my phone number. Okay, and I click on submit. Now you'll notice there when I did that, right, that the Pubble app on the bottom here on my dock started to bounce, and there's a Q on the icon, and that basically means that there's a new question inside there for me. But there's another stage in the flow, and that's where the Pubble bot steps into the flow. And the Pubble bot, his job is basically to try and weed out the repetition in the customer support process. So when somebody asks a question, he'll query the FAQs to see if he can automatically answer the question. So in this case, the FAQs don't help, so I'm just going to click on no. And I'll jump into the back end then to see how, or to show you how it actually works. Okay, so I click into Messenger, and you can see here the question that I asked here is marked in yellow, which means that there's new activity inside in the question, and I'll click into the question. So just before I go about actually answering the question, just wanted to point out some features to you. Okay, so the visitor is still online. It's highlighted here in green. If the person has actually left the page and closed their browser, and they're not still there, that'll be visitor offline in red. The question content is included here in the middle section, but over on the right hand section here, it defaults to guest if the person hasn't signed in or authenticated themselves. You can edit that and add their name if you wanted to. So I'll just put in here that this was John. I'll save. The question here is included so that as the thread grows, as you're back and forth, you can always see their question on the right hand side. The URL actually includes the page that the question was asked on and their conversation ID. So if you click on this URL, you actually see exactly what the visitor is seeing on the public website. Only just keep in mind as well, all questions through Messenger are private between the person who's asking the question and the person who's answering the question. So if another person obviously shows up on your index page and they ask a question, obviously they don't see the the thread that's going between you and the initial visitor. Okay, so if I want to actually answer this question, all I need to do is type in the input box at the bottom of the page. Click on send, and basically you'll see, I'll show you here, you'll see that obviously my question got pushed into the page. Reply, and you can see there that the notification as well came in that Pubble actually replied to my question. So this is another reply. Just point out some of the features here. Notice as I'm typing down here, it says John Deneen is typing. You can also do things like take a screenshot. You can drop rich media into the conversation. So if I was to just drag that on here, then I'll show you that actually gets pushed into the page. So basically it's a nice kind of back and forth, and essentially what we're trying to achieve here is that like website messaging mirrors what people are used to on their smartphones. So again, like for the user, the public visitor, they can also message back and forth using images if they want to, and basically that will get pushed into the stream. So it's super easy to actually ask and answer questions in here. And then one of the other things as well, right, rather than just kind of, I suppose, the direct process of answering a question, you can also assign questions to other groups or to individual people. So the three dots on top here, basically you click on those, and if I wanted to assign this question to one of my colleagues, I can see that Shane is online. Incidentally, they're the green dots obviously mean that they're online right now. So now Shane has been assigned to that question. And if I could also assign it to a group. So if I wanted to assign it to our biz team, I just type on biz, click on this, and it pushes a notification into the biz channel. So that's essentially it. It's really easy to answer questions, and you know, the whole back end of Pubble is designed to make that process as easy as possible for you. Okay, that's it.